right, well, welcome back. We are back. Arizona picks Isaiah Simmons, linebacker. Keith, what is he out of? What college is he out of? I can't remember.
Number nine. We're at Jacksonville.
Yeah, but what college is Isaiah Simmons out of?
Jacksonville is on the clock at number 9.
Yeah, but I'm trying to find out what college Isaiah Simmons is out of. I can look on the sheet here. I can find him. I'm having trouble finding it on the sheet here, but I will come across it.
Scott, what do you think of
Oh, Clemson.
What do you think now of the prospect of Worth possibly falling to the Browns at number 10?
Well, that very well could be, and we're waiting for Jacksonville's pick to come in, and now Jacksonville, they need to get some protection for Gardner Minshew II, their quarterback, and I really feel they could take either an offensive or defensive tackle, but we'll have to wait and see.
Hey, Browns are on the clock.
Oh, because Jacksonville's got number 9.
In for the Jags. Okay, let's see.
Hold on, I'm not. I gotta wait till it comes back on the air here. I'm on ABC.
Okay, we shall see.
Just hold on. I'm waiting for them to come back on the air. But we're coming close to the number 10.
Speculation is that Jacksonville's going to take C.J. Henderson.
That very well could be. You could be right about that, Keith.
At number 10.
You're right. You're absolutely right.
Speculation is coming out that Jacksonville may take C.J. Henderson.
You are absolutely. That could be, and I think my friend Matt Murphy would agree with you too that Jacksonville is going to take C.J. Jackson. Matt, do you agree with that?
And if that's true, the Browns would travel at light speed to the podium to take Tristan Wirfs.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And so we're waiting for Jacksonville's pick to come in. But Matt, do you agree that Jacksonville could take C.J. Jackson? Do you agree with that? Yeah. Well, yeah, that's very true, and I can agree with you on that. And it could very well could be. The Jaguars pick is in. We'll wait in a few moments for it to come up on the screen, and we're gonna find out in just a sec.
I don't think now I'm still hearing speculation that the Browns still may trade. They would be foolish not to trade. If they're taking C.J. Jackson, if Jacksonville is going to take C.J. Jackson, there's no way I don't think that the Browns would trade out of that to pass like Tristan Wirfs.
Keith, I'll get back to you just a second. Here's the trivia question for this segment. The first round of the 1995 draft involved running backs Keandre Carter and Tyrone Wheatley, but this 2,000-yard gainer wasn't taken until the 6th round. Was it Eric Dickerson, Jamal Lewis, Corey Dillon, or Terrell Davis? And I will have it later in this segment. The selection is in for the Jaguars. We're waiting for it to come up on the. They did take C.J. Henderson. Yes.
At number 10, all you have to do is just run to the podium and hand them the card for Tristan Wirfs.
Well, we'll see what it's going to be, because right now, as we speak, the Browns are on the clock, and
Browns are now on the clock.
as we speak, they are on it, and the Browns are on the clock. We're waiting for the pick to come in, but the Jacksonville Jaguars do take C.J. Henderson. trying to find him on my little sheet here. And he's a quarterback out of Florida University. That's what he is. And Keith, I think I just heard you say the pick is in. Matt, do you agree with that? That they could pick up Tristan Wirfs or Mekhi Becton either way? All right, hold on, Keith. And that very well could be. That might just be. We're waiting for that to come in. But the Browns pick is in. The Browns pick is in. We're waiting for it. So just sit tight. We're going to wait for it to come up on the screen. And then we'll let you know. And because this is not going to be a rebuilding year for the Browns by any means. And they are really looking to get in offensive lineman or an offensive tackle. So we're waiting for that to come up on the screen. And and that's head coach Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry are right on the screen here. We're waiting for that selection to come up. So just sit tight. And we're going to get that to you in just a moment. And so we're just waiting for it. We will see in just a moment. We will find out. But I just feel that I think this should be Becton or Wirfs. And this is not going to be a rebuilding year for the Browns. Well, I'm waiting for it to come back. Hold on. We might just be getting it on the screen. Oh, that they're going to... Oh, the selection is in. Hold on. Jedrick Wills Jr., offensive tackle, Alabama, they take. Well, that is a surprise. Keith, what are your thoughts on that, buddy? Keith, what are your thoughts on the Browns taking Jedrick Wills Jr. out of Alabama? Yeah. There must have been. You're right. Yeah, Matt, what are your thoughts on that? On the Browns taking Jedrick Wills Jr. out of Alabama? Well, I can agree with that, and I think this was a surprising move, but I think a good move, I think. And the New York Jets are now on the clock, and right now, before we get to that, I want to reveal the answer to this segment's Scott Sports 101 NFL Draft Trivia question. The first round of the 1995 draft included running backs Kajana Carter and Tyrone Wheatley, but this 2,000-yard gainer wasn't taken until the 6th round. Was it Eric Dickerson, Jamal Lewis, Corey Dillon, or Terrell Davis? And if you said Terrell Davis, you are correct. Denver took the University of Georgia running back with the 196th pick overall in the NFL draft. I will have another trivia question in my next segment. Stay tuned for that. Right now, the New York Jets are on the clock. We're waiting for their selection to come in, but they need help in all sorts of areas because they had it was a very pitiful season for them. I think you would agree with me on that, Keith, because the Jets just did not do well at all. Keith, Keith, are you there? Keith, you there, buddy?
Yes, I am.
Keith, what are your thoughts with the Jets? Because they had a very disappointing season last year. And Sam Darnold was injured quite a bit. And
The Jets right now, they will probably more than likely take Tristan Wirfs because the Jets need right now help at the offensive lineman position too. And they're more than likely to put someone to help with Sam Darnold on the left side to play left tackle. So logically speaking, right now Tristan Wirfs will probably be available.
I think you're right. That very well could be. That very well could be. You're right. Matt, what are your thoughts? Because the Jets just did not play well, did not have a good season. They battled. Sam Darnold was injured quite a bit. They battled a lot of injuries besides him, and they need help in a lot of areas. But what are your thoughts with the New York Jets being on the clock right now? Well, I can agree with that, and they do need a lot of things. They need a lot of offensive help, defensive help, and they need a lot. They need linebackers, they need running backs. They need a lot to really to get them back to have a chance to playoffs. But we're waiting for the draft to come back on the screen and to come back on the air. And we really this has been quite an interesting draft so far. Now that we have just gotten through the first 10 picks of this first round, and now this is the 11th pick, and I really think the Browns have picks in the second round, the third round, fourth round, sixth, and seventh rounds, and those go either way. They can really make some surprising moves, and we're gonna have to wait and see what happens. And I'll be back with you tomorrow night, and if you tune into my podcast, if you're one of my subscribers, you can always listen to this right now or to tomorrow's or Saturday's podcast on my YouTube channel, Scott Sports 101. Leave your thoughts on my discussion page, or you can leave a thought at my website, scottsports101@gmail.com. We are almost. I have just a couple of minutes left. We're almost out of time for this segment, and I really, I think that a lot of this is just the beginning of how this draft is going to play out, and this has become a really fun draft to watch because this has been some really surprises in this first 10 picks, and I just really feel that this is really most of these teams are really looking for certain things, certain positions for players to get, and they've been looking at film through the free agency and at the combine, and it's just been this has been fun to watch. We have had no sporting events since this coronavirus thing took effect, and there's been no football since February, and so this is nice news for a sporting event to finally see one for the first time in quite a while. So, but I really think the Jets need a lot of help in all aspects. Their pick is in, but we're gonna have to take a break because I've only got 30 seconds left. So we'll be right back. Stay with us. I'll let you know the Jets took when we come back. Stick around.